Hey there, it's David Cohen, your local home loan expert. And today I wanted to answer the question of, do I need an appraisal? And usually the follow-up question I get from a home buyer is, do I order it? Does the lender order it? Does the realtor order it? So I figured I'd address that question today. If you're obtaining mortgage financing, we're going to say you absolutely need to get an appraisal done. There is one small exception to that rule, which I'll address toward the end of this video. But in most or virtually all cases, you can expect you're going to need to get an appraisal. The purpose of the appraisal is to make sure you've agreed to pay a fair price for the property and that the lender is going to loan against the fair price for the property. So, if you agree to purchase it for $350 and the appraisal comes in with a value of $345, well, that means the appraiser believes the house is worth $5,000 less than you've agreed to pay for it. In those instances, the lender is only going to loan you against the lesser of that appraised value or sales price. So in this case, they would only loan you against the appraised value, which means you'd have to come up with the difference or renegotiate with the seller and see if they wouldn't be, if they'd be willing to bring the price down to the appraised value. So that's the first most important thing, is that it's determining whether or not you're buying a home that's a fair value. The lender coordinates it through their appraisal department or appraisal management company. The appraiser will then go out to the property. A lot of their work is actually done before they arrive at the property. A lot of public records are researched to pull up comps, comparable sales to the home that you're buying. And then when they get to the actual property, they're snapping photos, they're taking measurements, and they are putting together a full report. So as a general rule, yes, you will always need an appraisal. The exception to the rule is on a conventional loan, which the majority of all conventional loans are sold to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac in the secondary markets. They provide the automated underwriting systems that lenders use. And in the event that we run your loan scenario through the automated underwriting system and the value that we input for the sales price, it comes back from the automated underwriting findings as it's a sufficient value based on Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac's census tract data. They agree that the value for that property is fair and that you would not need to get an appraisal. That's the only instance where you wouldn't need one. It's called an appraisal waiver, and you can only get that if automated underwriting findings allow for it. It's the exception to the rule. So be prepared to pay for an appraisal. They generally range anywhere from $450 to $550. And it's a very valuable piece of information. So I hope that answers your question. If you have any other additional questions, you know how to reach me. I'm happy to help.